bit late to the party, but fuck it. Here we are. Something big happened last year for the gaming community. Something that made thousands of inner children happy. Something that awakened people's awkward phases once again. Something happened that people like me were waiting for since 2015. 2023 was the year we got the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. This was such a long time coming. Like, I was in shock that it actually happened. When we heard the news and we finally got the release date, and when the teaser dropped, I nearly went into a coma. I'm, with all honesty, genuinely nearly went into a coma. These games mean so much to me. They brought me so much comfort. They got me through dark times. Like, I spent countless hours watching FNAF lore videos from Game Theory, watching Markiplier replay them. Like, and to think it was finally going to make it onto the big screen, it genuinely felt like it was wrapping up my childhood. Before I get into this review, I'm going to warn for spoilers. Like, I know I'm several months late for this. I just got busy. I genuinely did not have the time to record this video, but now I do, so, you know, I'm warning for spoilers in case you guys haven't seen it and you want to go watch it before you watch this video. But anyways, you have been warned. A big criticism for this movie that a lot of people had was the fact that it was messy and the structure itself wasn't great. I didn't think so. I didn't notice this. Could my attention span be a contributing factor to this? Probably. But I didn't think it was messy was the main thing for me. Oh, I liked Mike. He was a good character, and just the fact he was played by Josh Hutcherson was a bonus. Like, the amount of edits I'm seeing of this man on my TikTok at the moment is insane. Like, stupid meme. And his backstory is interesting, having his little brother get kidnapped by the killer when they're at a family picnic. We love a man with a tragic backstory, and not to mention he's taking care of his younger sister Abby, which is why he took that job at the godforsaken pizza place in the first place. Abby is such a sweet kid. Honestly, I felt like she was my sister. I just wanted to give her a hug throughout the whole movie. I fucking hated their ad for trying to take Abby away from Mike. I just couldn't stand the ad. I guess that's the thing I didn't like with this movie, because I found like the family drama shit kind of boring. Then again, I haven't watched the movie in months, so my opinion might change. So, you know. But for now, that's my opinion. I loved how the animatronics looked in this movie. It was nearly identical to how they looked in the games, but I have seen people complaining that Bonnie was blue instead of purple, but I am nitpicking at that point, so you know what, it's fine. I love how they kept the screams from the original game. I love how they kept Foxy's humming in it. Bothered me slightly how it didn't sound the exact same as it did in the game, but fuck it, I am nitpicking at that point. I genuinely think the scariest animatronic in this whole fucking movie was that godforsaken cupcake. Like, that thing was fucking vicious. Like, Jesus Christ. I loved Matthew Lillard's performance in this movie. I love the little nod to Scream with the knife wipe. He made me giggle, and I nearly flatlined when he said, "I always come back." Fans of the franchise will agree with me with that one. I will admit though, I was a little disappointed with the Springlock scene. Like, I don't normally like gore and blood, but this is the one time I genuinely made an exception for it. Like, but that's just down to the rating of the movie. Like, in an ideal world, we got like FNAF VHS levels of gore and scary. Like, oh, that's just what I needed. The introduction of Vanessa was interesting, and the fact that she's Afton's daughter, it was an interesting choice. See, when I watched this movie, my brain was just constantly thinking what this means for the lore of the franchise. Like, how does the Afton family tree work now? Or is it not canon? Or she was helpful in the movie, but at the same time, I don't know how to feel about her at all. I really appreciate the nods and winks to the games in this movie. I was freaking out and smiling throughout this whole fucking movie, whereas my boyfriend and our friends were just sitting there stone-faced, like, and they seemed confused, and they were very clearly not loving it, but that's their opinions. I don't care. It was genuinely just a repeat of the Mario movie all over again. Like, when I was picking up on every single, like, Easter egg, lore reference, and, like, no one else was getting it. I think my favourite Easter egg or nod was the diner being called Sparky's, which was... It was most likely a nod to the Sparky the dog hoax way back in the first game, where people claimed that there was an extra animatronic called Sparky the dog that can be seen backstage, like, by the door. Coincidence? I think not. Not to mention that's where Matt Pat got his cameo, and he said, "It's just a theory." I was shaking my boyfriend. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That was enough to take me out of it. Like, I was convinced this man was not going to be in the movie when he reacted to the trailer, when he saw that he wasn't on the Employee of the Month wall. He really had us going there. Like, what? I'm kind of sad Markiplier didn't make it though, but like, he was meant to be the original security guard, like at the very start of the movie that gets killed. That was meant to be Markiplier, but the fact there were scheduling issues, he couldn't do it, and that tears me apart. Like, the movie would have been improved exponentially if that was Markiplier. Like, genuinely, he deserved to be in this movie so much. Like, he is the king of Five Nights at Freddy's, and I will leave it at that. Speaking of the diner scene, justice for my boy Doug. He deserves so much better, and I hope he's doing okay. Why were the ghost children so fucking evil? Like, especially this dude. What the fuck was his deal? Like, I genuinely do not know how to convey this. I am just speechless. Just the way they turned on Mike and then they wanted to kill Abby so she could be like them. Like, fucking hell. I really hope we get a sequel to this movie because I want my questions answered. Like, why was there a baby-esque animatronic suit when it doesn't make sense timeline-wise? What about the many other kids that were murdered? Like, the puppet? I need to know. I saw a lot more of Balloon Boy than I thought I would see in this movie. So many cheap jump scares with him though. Much like the games, cheap jump scares. Moving on. The score for this movie was like really good too. Like, it's from the Newton Brothers and they have done Doctor Sleep, Haunting Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, and so many other projects. They were such a good choice. I was listening to the score while I was writing my notes for this review and it's just so good. One thing I am disappointed with though was the fact that Freddys' death song wasn't in this movie. Like, it's so iconic. I'm so shocked that they actually left it out. It's just one of the few things I would change about the movie. I would definitely include Freddys' death song. This movie is such a love letter to the fans, which is why I think only like the fans like me who are really into the games and stuff really like this movie. Like, everyone else is kind of like, what, like, the fuck it, this is so bad, but like, whatever, I'm not getting into that. Even with the opening credits as the 8-bit mini games, as like the rabbit picking off the kids one by one, the nods, the winks, the references, like Foxy's humming, the original screams, even in the credits when they played the Living Tombstone Five Nights at Freddy's song and the super cool rendition of the Puppets music box, I was just so happy in the cinema. Like, you guys genuinely have no idea. I'm so happy Scott Cawthon had a hand in making this because otherwise it just would have been a shit show. Like, all the fans that I have talked to loved this movie. Everyone who wasn't a big fan either hated it or thought it was mid. I loved this movie. If you're a fan of the franchise and you haven't seen the movie already, go see it. It's definitely worth it. I gave this movie a 5-star rating because I think it deserves it, because it's just such a love letter to the long-time fans. And that's all I could have asked for, really. I was genuinely terrified that they would fuck this up and ruin it, but I am so happy that they didn't. I still can't believe one of my friends... I still can't believe that someone call my opinion stupid, but no, you know what, actually I'm not going to call this person out because, you know, they deserve to enjoy their retirement in peace. So there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed my opinions on the FNAF movie. Let me know in the comments if you thought it was good, bad, mid, terrible. I want to hear it. Just let me know. If you guys enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here and you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe. and don't forget to hit that bell button to be notified when I decide to grace the internet with my presence again. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'll put it right there and I'll be in the description below. I will see you guys really soon in the next video. Bye!